Supercross fans, it's time to overreact. Before we drop the gate in Denver, we've got to talk about the big news from Friday in Denver, which is that Eli Tomac is back for the Pro Motocross Championship. He's back for the SMX playoffs. This is massive news for the sport and for the industry. Everybody and everything gets a bump. Ticket sales will go up, TV ratings will go up, engagement on everything will go up, including podcasts and YouTube and media, and everyone involved is getting a net positive bump because Eli Tomac is back for the summer. Now, I gotta say, I'm gonna throw it out there right now, and I'll eat the crow later if I'm wrong. I have no problem doing that, but I do not see him winning the Pro Motocross Championship. I've already seen some people online saying, Jett's in trouble now. Well, the perfect season talk, yeah, that's in trouble. Eli is not gonna let that happen, but I don't think he wins the Pro Motocross Championship, but I do think he has a good shot at winning the SMX playoffs. It's just 3 rounds. I think he'll use the summer to gear up for it. He could win that, and of course, this leads us to 2025. He alluded on Race Day Live that 2025 is more than just an idea. I'm super pumped about that because I think his odds of winning that championship are way better than they were winning this year's championship and way better than they are winning this summer. So Eli Tomac, you are back. Thank you very much. The sport is better with you in it. Thanks for sticking around. Now let's drop the gate in Denver. So the gate goes down for 250 heat race number 1, and it's Joe Shimoda who gets the whole shot. That was a spanking. That's what you want to see from Joe Shimoda, but you want to see it all year long. I know he hates that narrative, but it is true. He doesn't start the way he finishes championships. That ride right there, that's title-winning riding right there. Straight up by Joe Shimoda. He goes on to win the race. He is gone. Levi Kitchen gets second, but Levi didn't look too inspiring to me. He took too long with Talon Hawkins. Got a little gift from Jordan Smith, so Levi Kitchen wasn't looking his very, very best, but geez, Joe Shimoda was phenomenal in that heat race. Next up is heat race number 2 of the 250s. I'm watching RJ Hampshire, and he does not get a great start, but Ryder D. Francisco does. That was a big, nasty hole shot by Ryder D, but unfortunately for him, this was not a good look. And look, I like Ryder D. I'm a big believer. I'm a forever believer. There's no change in my belief moving forward, but this was not the best look, getting past 3 times in the exact same spot. Bro, you gotta fight back. You gotta cover that inside. You gotta be better than that. I'm a believer. Keep me a believer. You gotta be better than that. But later in the race, it's Nate Thrasher out front playing some good defense in the last corner because RJ Hampshire was coming on like a freight train, but he does not get there in time. So shout out to Nate Thrasher on heat race number 2. All right, so 450 heat race number 1, Hunter Lawrence gets out front, and he obviously did not watch Ryder D's heat race because he got passed in the exact same spot by Cooper Webb, but Hunter fought back, which was awesome. There was this cool exchange. He makes the move. Webb gets him back. I like seeing the battle. And then Hunter Lawrence says, you know what? You want to take away our whoops? I'll show you what we can do. I'm going to blitz right through the rhythm section, and he actually made it all the way through, which was pretty cool. Cooper Webb would go on to win the race, and we find out in the race that he has a wrist injury, which is information I would have liked to have known yesterday. Come on, man, enough with the secrets already. Jeez, just tell us. Fast forward to heat race number 2, and Jett Lawrence is lined up, and of course there's Vince Freese right next to him. It's happening almost every single week, but Jett does get the whole shot and takes off. And then Chase Sexton, how about Chase Sexton with the ballsiest move of the year right around the voodoo? Just decides, I don't care who you are, I'm gonna go right around you wide open. Took the gamble, made it work, and actually had the fastest lap in the heat race. Rode awesome, but Jett Lawrence was out front cruising. That's what he does. He gets the heat race win and on to the mains. All right, it's main event time. The dudes are lined up, and I'm looking at Levi Kitchen. I'm looking at RJ Hampshire. I like a tight championship fight late. A lot of energy in the building for this one, and the gate goes down, and it's Joe Shimoda who gets through all the madness and gets out front. Levi's kind of buried, so is RJ. They do find their way through kind of the madness to get up near the front, and then RJ Hampshire gets absolutely smacked by Nate Thrasher. You got Bobby Reagan calling in on the headset. He's like, Nate, I told you to take out Tom Vial in Salt Lake City, not RJ Hampshire in Denver. Over. Then the next thing you know, you got Levi Kitchen riding alone, but his boot's undone. And I gotta tell you straight up, honestly, that had to have been like the worst thing for him ever. These guys have custom gear. They need everything fit just right. Their gloves, their pants, their jerseys, their boots. And then to have those buckles undone and have them just flapping around the entire main event and not break at all. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but that actually was a pretty big deal to just override that mentally and just get the job done, which is what Levi Kitchen did. He did not have to win the race. Of course, he would have loved to, but he had to beat RJ Hampshire, which he did. But it was Joe Shimoda who was out front, just cruising. They kind of caught him at the end, but I didn't really feel scared for him in any way. I thought he had it under control, even though Kitchen was coming. RJ's coming too, but there's nothing there late. And now we have what we want, which is a straight-up winner-take-all in Salt Lake City between Levi Kitchen and RJ Hampshire. Both dudes have been bad this year, and there's no weird points like, well, if he gets third and he gets ninth, or if I get fourth and he gets sixth. No, it's just straight-up one-on-one in Salt Lake City with the East Coast guys coming in too, which is going to be absolutely incredible. It's got Joey Savacci, Zach Osborne vibes written all over it, folks. This one is going to be good, but shout out to Joe Shimoda, man. Heat race winner, main event winner. That was awesome for Joe Shimoda. All right, so the boys are lined up for the 450 main, and it's Cooper Webb and Jett Lawrence, and I love this too because the pressure is on, Jett. You got to nail this one, and Cooper Webb, your back is against the wall. You're going to need some help, but you're going to have to crush this start, and he doesn't. But it is Chase Sexton who crushes the start and then tucks the front and goes down, which leaves Hunter Lawrence out front. Jett Lawrence is in second, and Justin Cooper running third, and I thought that was really cool. Those are all three rookies running 1, 2, 3 early in the main event, and you guys have heard me talk all year long about this generation change. The next wave's moving in. The old boys are on their way out. That was a glimpse of what's to come. And of course, for Jett and Hunter Lawrence, they would hold on for 1 and 2. But for Justin Cooper, it was nice to be up front early and hang up with the big boys there for quite some time. Then we go a long period of time with not much happening. You're just watching Hunter lead. Jett's in second, kind of wondering what's going to happen there. I'm thinking, come on, Jett, let your big brother have this thing, man. He's been through a lot. He did all the dirty work for the whole family. You're going to go on to win 71 of these things, probably. And no, Jett decides, no, I'm going to take this thing from you. But at least I didn't take you out like I did at the Paris Supercross, and I just went by you nice and clean this time. But for Jett Lawrence, nah, he needed those 3 points no matter what. He's trying to win this championship first. Look, if he already had the thing clinched, oh, you know Hunter wins that race, but not with a championship only at 12. There's no possible way. So Jett Lawrence makes the pass, goes on to win the race. Hunter does get second, and that is awesome for the brothers and awesome for the family. Not awesome for Cooper Webb. I'm watching him late in the main event ride around and just feeling gutted for the guy. He put up a great effort this year, but ultimately did not have enough to get it done in this championship. But he is such a fighter. Everyone loves that about him. He gave it his best this year, but he is going to come up short to Jett Lawrence unless something just stupid happens to Jett next week. But otherwise, this one is over. But I do want to say a huge thank you to Eli Tomac, Chase Sexton, and Malcolm Stewart for at least entertaining us somewhat. They did have tip overs that were pretty much the only things that actually happened during that race. Kind of a snoozer of a 450 main, but hey, sometimes that's how it happens. But Denver overall was a killer race. We're going to the showdown. Tom Vial, Jett Lawrence in great position to win their championships. RJ Hampshire versus Levi Kitchen. Boys, it's going to be madness. I can't wait. We'll see you later this week on the Daniel Blair Show.